Hi, this is Andrea from Cha-Cha Sam, and in response to a lot of questions that I get about ukuleles, I'm just going to do a few quick little sessions on how to select and then how to tune a ukulele. Okay, so in order to buy a ukulele for a beginner musician and or a child, there are two around Melbourne that you'll most commonly come across. One is the brand called Mahalo. Often for kids they're beautiful colours, they're like all the reds and blues and greens. And then there's also the 5.0, and either one of those is an absolutely fine instrument as an introductory instrument for a new learner or a child. So the important thing, and the most important thing about selecting a ukulele is that because ukuleles are notoriously hard to tune and notoriously hard for them to stay in tune, one of the things that really helps that is if they have screws at the back here, so that the mechanism that tunes the string can keep tight and not slip. Now on this one, this is my Mahalo that I play in performance. It's a custom Mahalo, so it's sort of up the scale of Mahalos. This is not a $40 one, but it's made by the same company. So, but you'll see that the screws are actually in the middle here, whereas in the 5.0, the tuning head screws are quite in a different place. They're under here. So either way, if you see an instrument, a ukulele with screws here, you've got a better chance of the instrument actually staying in tune. All right, and the very first thing you should do when you get it out of the box is to get a Phillip-headed screwdriver and tighten those screws. Now, gently. These are very small instruments. Often at that rate, the machine heads aren't the highest of quality. So get a Phillips-headed screwdriver, and a large one. You don't want anything that's going to skid. So if when you put it in, for example, I've got a thin one here, if when you put it in, it sort of turns around like that without actually doing anything, do not use that screwdriver because you'll wear the screw out. You'll wear out the middle of the screw. Okay, so you want a slightly thicker one so that when it sits, it actually sits in the screw. Put a bit of pressure, just a gentle bit of pressure, and turn to the right just to tighten that head. And you do each one of those. Some of them you'll find are surprisingly, out of the box, might be surprisingly loose. So just gently press in and turn to the right. Press in, get that counter pressure with this hand or finger, and turn to the right. You don't want to rub the screw and keep mucking around with it because you'll shorten the life of the head of that screw. Okay, so that's just basically how to select the ukulele for a learner or a child, and then the first thing to do. So come back for session 2 after you've bought it, and I'll show you how to tune it. Okay, ciao.